the age of digital noise, where clout is currency, there's one man whose name sparks both mockery and outrage. Oga Obinna, the comedian, a former radio host at Kiss FM, and a YouTube content creator, has built a brand on his boldness, controversy, and an unfiltered talk. But beneath the surface lies a deeper story, a story of guests who walk in hopeful in his interviews, but walk out broken. A story of rising stars used as punchlines on social media, of mockery disguised as banter, and of fame that feeds on humiliation. Recently, Andrew Kibe, who's also a hated online personality because he doesn't shy away from controversies, came out to brutally character assassinate Oga Obinna's character, saying Oga Obinna is a very evil fellow with a dark heart. That he is a person who can organize thugs for you.
No, Obinna is a very evil fellow. He has a bad heart.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know much about it.
Obinna has a very dark heart.
Through personal experience.
Yeah.
Although it's a beef known from long time ago, this time Kenyans sided with Andrew Kibe in this documentary. We take a deep dive into the controversy surrounding Oga Obinna and ask the bigger question: at what cost do we entertain? It began like many of Obinna's shows, a spotlight on an upcoming personality. Oga Obinna, known online as the Gen Z Goliath from Bungoma, had just gone viral for his unusual charisma and physique. He left Bungoma to seek greener pastures in Nairobi after seeing Bradley Marango trending for being tall. However, his stay in the city had been full of strain. Oga Obinna invited him to his show. Many expected encouragement, maybe even mentorship, but what unfolded was something else entirely. Oga Obinna failed to help Oga Obinna when he asked for help, and instead, he lectured him for ditching his village job, asking Obinna hard questions, like why would Mike Sonko or anyone give you a job when you don't have talents? Obinna casually suggested that Obinna had no reason to be in Nairobi, that he should go back to his village and family. The remarks felt less like advice and more like a dismissal. And when the cameras stopped rolling, it became clear Goliath wasn't compensated. No transport money, no accommodation help, no nothing, because he pleaded with Nairobi's chief environment officer, Jeffrey Masiria, to facilitate his return to the village.
I think that would be a nice place to start.
Jeffrey Masiria, naomba usaidizi kutoka kwake mwenye nimekwama town leo. Nimetoka kwa Obinna, alikuwa ameniita kwenda huko show kufanyia interview. So wakati amekuwa akanifanyia interview, akaniacha hivyo, akasema anaenda mtihani. So niliacha hivyo, nikakuja, nimekwama town, niko na shilingi 500 na nimeshindwa vile naweza enda Bungoma Western.
His interrogation sparked mixed reactions from social media users. Some claimed he was demeaning Obinna, while others commended him for telling him the reality. Some Kenyans accused Obinna of using the young man's vulnerability for entertainment, while others commended him. But instead of apologizing, Obinna appeared on TV 47 with Dr. Ofwanek, where he dismissed the backlash and claimed that Goliath only became relevant because of him. Meanwhile, Goliath, visibly emotional during another TV appearance, shared how deeply the incident affected him. After securing a partnership with Karsoko, he thanked the brand and called out Obinna, expressing disappointment at how easily people in power discard those trying to rise.
So if he didn't come for my show, he probably might not have gotten where he is.
So what made him get help?
Through your interview.
Ta-da!
In another report, viewers compared the Stivo Simple Boy interview to past ones, criticizing Oga Obinna's consistent condescension toward humble guests. When Stivo Simple Boy expressed his desire to meet the president and represent the struggles of the youth, the moment should have been uplifting. But on Obinna's platform, it was met with laughter and doubt. Oga Obinna asked Stivo Simple Boy why he wanted to meet the president and tell him what exactly. Many viewers felt this tone was dismissive, diminishing Stivo Simple Boy's sincerity and reframing his patriotic motives as naive or empty. It seemed as though he was questioning the artist's worthiness to speak on serious national matters. The online reaction was immediate. Kenyans felt the exchange was unfair and tone-deaf. Many pointed out that Obina should avoid demeaning his guests, that it's very uncouth, that it's like he undermines all the people he interviews, which is very disgusting to watch. Critics began to form a narrative. Obina wasn't just being controversial, he was punching down. One of the most talked about sagas involved Amber Ray. A popular socialite and businesswoman. Obinna had invited her on his comedy event and press briefing called My Mistakes, but after the episode aired, he painted a picture of a chaotic guest. Oga Obinna later on suggested that Amber Ray was late, appeared under the influence, and didn't deliver what was expected of her. Amber didn't take it lightly. Although she admitted she was late and had consumed alcohol that day, she denied that she was unprofessional. She later on revealed that the shoot was done as a favor and unpaid because they were mutual friends, and her discomfort with the romantic scenes led her to pull out. She went public to defend herself more, claiming that Obinna had a pattern of disrespecting women, both publicly and privately. She hinted that if she chose to expose his past, especially how he treated the mothers of his children, then the public would be shocked. She added that while some people thrive in toxic environments, she does not. Her husband, Kennedy Rapudo, backed her fully, calling out Obinna's actions as distasteful and protective of his wife's dignity. The conversation shifted quickly from a personal disagreement to a national discussion about how powerful men treat women on digital platforms. Eventually, the drama cooled, but the damage was done. Many saw the exchange as another instance of Obinna tearing down a guest for content.
Obinna mentioned me. And you see, this is my family, bro. And whatever issues that was there, you guys could have just solved it. You don't owe the bloggers any explanation.
The fallout between Mulamwah and Obinna sparked intense discussion online, not just about personal hurt feelings, but about ethical limits in content creation. The drama started in early 2024 when Mulamwah Facebook, during a segment with Oga Obinna on his YouTube show, made remarks about Mulamwah's child. She literally said that Mulamwah's child looks like the late and the well-known TV star Papa Sharangela. Mulamwah later said he blocked Obinna on Instagram, explaining it was because Obinna laughed at that joke, which he viewed as disrespectful to his child. Mulamwah accused Obinna of making his shows all about himself, and worse, he accused Obinna of emotional immaturity. Obinna didn't offer an apology. Instead, he implied that Mulamwah was being overly sensitive and that he had no personal beef with him. But it didn't stop there. When asked about the issue during a segment at Radio 47, Obinna walked out of the show, an act that many interpreted as prideful, even disrespectful. Kenyans online reacted strongly, calling it a sign of guilt and evidence of someone who can dish criticism but can't handle being held accountable. And even other Kenyans defended Mulamwah by criticizing Obinna for treating the child's image as a joke material and accused him of immaturity.
Jaribu kunyamaza wiki moja bila kutaja jina ya mtu. Jaribu wiki moja tu bila kutaja jina ya mtu. Wewe si msanii. You're just a parasite riding on everything that's going on. So
Rapper Sammy Boy was seeking a comeback. He agreed to an interview on Obinna's platform, hoping to share his story and inspire others. Instead, he says he walked away feeling mocked. In early June 2024, Sammy Boy publicly asked Oga Obinna to remove their interview from YouTube, saying the experience made him feel exploited, portrayed him unfairly, and did not reflect any value for him, and that he felt like a clown, embarrassed, humiliated, and misrepresented. Obinna's sarcastic tone, layered jokes, and interruptions that made Sammy to be the punchline of a show he thought would be about his growth. Obinna refused to pull down the interview at first, arguing that once someone agrees to an interview, they don't have the right to ask for the interview to be pulled down it, especially after the team has put in time and effort and also the financial muscle that was put behind the interview. The public reaction was split. Some sided with Obinna's professionalism, but many others felt Sammy's emotional well-being had been disregarded.
And when I was answering questions, there were a lot of contradictions, trying to make me look like a
clout or a clown.
Yeah, like a clown.
It all began inside the Kiss FM studios. In February 2023, Eric Omondi had stormed into Kiss FM studio, where Obinna was hosting, and reportedly got into a heated exchange, which turned physical. Obinna accused Eric of being arrogant, unproductive, and a bully, while Eric's bodyguards intervened to pull him back. Oga Obinna publicly dismissed Eric's charitable food donations and activism as orchestrated, claiming Eric was a project funded by faceless backers or even involved in money laundering.
You are someone's project, that one like you can take to the bank in the morning and cash it out, or wewe ni mwizi.
Eric retaliated by flaunting huge stacks of cash, declaring he had made his first $3 million in 2008 and showcasing suitcases full of money to prove he's self-made. Obinna then posted a screenshot claiming a cash $51 million bank balance. But critics quickly pointed out potential photo editing inconsistencies. In a May 2023 interview with TV47, Obinna made it clear the beef wasn't over.
So the beef with Eric is not over. It's gonna continue because, but I still don't understand a couple of things he's doing.
Obinna's public clash with Eric Omondi was loud, messy, and revealing. Obinna mocked Eric's activism, calling it performative. But Eric fired back, accusing Obinna of hiding behind jokes and failing to stand for anything meaningful. Kenyans online rallied behind Eric when Obinna labeled him a political project and a money launderer. Some said, even if Eric is doing it wrong, at least he is doing something, and accused Obinna of being unfair. Others said, Obinna, you're trash to think all that, and for constantly trying to elevate your sense of importance. Their disagreement wasn't just personal. It represented a deeper divide in Kenyan entertainment between those who use their platforms to uplift and those who use it to tear others down.